You're now watching This AFC South Show, brought to you by Curtis Podcast Network, hosted by Curtis Brown, Blake Bellamy, Isaiah Michelle, and Jeff Steckel. Hello, everybody. Welcome to This AFC South Show number 65. I am your host, Curtis Brown, and with me, as always, Blake Bellamy, Isaiah Michelle, and Jeff Steckel. We are collectively all representatives of the AFC South, so rest assured, if your team lies here, so does your interest. We are on the hunt for 1,000 subscribers. We are 899 away, so hit the button. Just don't even. You can unclick it later if you don't like it. Just hit the button. We got kids. All right. Blake's trying to make kids. Isaiah's trying to save to make kids.
Yeah, just worked on it 5 minutes ago.
There. Hey, I just say. Wish we could like sample actual music. Anyway,
like a Doom 5.
Yeah. But boys, let's go ahead and get into it. The Texans have finally fired Jack Easterby. He was the bane of the organization's players for a while. Deshaun Watson said he hated him. He was basically the entire reason DeAndre Hopkins was shipped out. He didn't like that he had like 3 or 4 baby mamas.
Probably 5 or 6 now.
Well, maybe. I don't know. The man's had a lot of free time on his hands.
Very fertile.
Very fertile. So, I mean, basically, this is a guy who went from being a team chaplain to being the vice president of football operations.
This is why we need separation of church and state.
Bingo. Read my mind. Bingo, right there.
Yeah, someone was praying, like, please, God, can we win some games? And he's like, all right, where can I get hired?
I got you guys. I got the power of Christ.
See, I'll do it.
It'll compel us all. Let's get it.
Yeah, as Bill Cosby said, F it. Let's just go.
F it. Oh, God. There has been some rumblings of trade maneuvers for some very notable players. Particularly for the Texans, Jerry Hughes has been mentioned a couple times in a possible move with Tennessee, of all teams. I mean, Tennessee does need some edge rusher, but I figure even though Jerry Hughes is 34 years old, I think he kind of wants to finish his career out in his hometown. It's kind of why he signed with Houston in the whole beginning of the idea anyway. So I don't know how I'd feel about that, but the Los Angeles Rams have Cam Akers on the block. Robbie Anderson got moved today to the Cardinals, and the Panthers could be very well doing the actual implosion now. So anybody, I would personally, and I mentioned this in the group chat before the show, I wouldn't mind if Cam Akers came to us on a 12-game rental, even though he's not going to be the number one, because we have like Pierce.
Just so you can sit out and request another trade.
Well, hopefully by the time he gets on the team, it would be like past the trade deadline. So maybe he just quits or something. Anyway, it sounds like the Rams are just trying to get rid of him, so we could probably send like a 6th and just scoop this man. And we don't. I mean, when your backup running back is slower than a. I'm trying to think about how provocative I want to go with this. Slower than Forrest Gump's sex drive. You need
or slower than Doozy Dave's mental capacity.
Oh God, or slower than that little old lady drives to church.
Slower than the Titans' offense in the second half.
Slower than the Eagles' offense in the second half. Fuck. I don't think they like. Anyway, It's slow. That's the point.
Slow.
Rex Burkhead is 30, 31, 32 years old out here trying to play running back, and it's
And he's
not working.
white.
And he's white.
Yeah, and he's slower than Phillip Rivers' pullout game.
That's a
Probably
good
have a
one.
kid right now.
There we are. Oh God.
Just had 3 more kids in the filming of this.
Yeah,
Dude,
he's coaching at a high school now, and rumor
It's
has
just
it
his
they're all
kids.
his children. Yeah.
Every student is his son.
Jesus.
He's got 47 sets of twins. It's ridiculous.
He basically populates the entire city that he lives in. So Blake, the Titans are in the market, as I mentioned, for an edge rusher. They're also in the market for a wide receiver. So do you think they could wrestle loose DJ Moore?
Well, so a lot of Titans fans wanted DJ Moore. Instead, we got CJ Board. I mean, that's just about as Walmart off-brand you can get for that one. He went to UT Chattanooga.
Yep.
Shout out Terrell Owens. Pretty notable wide receiver there. I don't think this guy will be Terrell Owens. He probably won't even see the field. The Titans are hilarious because they love getting wide receivers just to block. Like, honestly, at this point, like, every time they sign somebody to trade, like, oh, yeah, we love his blocking ability. It's like, dude, just get a left tackle, man. We don't have a left tackle. We don't have a left guard. We barely got a center. We kind of have a right guard and kind of have a right tackle. So it's like, we don't need any more wide receivers that can block. I would like linemen that can block, and I would like wide receivers that can catch. Like, that's what I would love for Tennessee to do. But we're playing the practice squad carousel. We just cut Josh Gordon. I mean, Josh Gordon's Josh Gordon at this point, but I mean, he's better than, I guess, CJ Board. I would roll the dice with him, but
They just released Josh Gordon.
Yep.
yeah, they released him today, and yeah, they released him, and then they got CJ Board for some reason. It's just it's annoying. The Titans just love practice squad. I don't think they're gonna make any moves. If they do, it's gonna be for a no name, and they'll probably give like a 2nd-round pick for someone they're gonna cut next year. That's my guess. I have no faith in what this coaching staff or front office has done this year. It's been an embarrassment. I like the draft, but that's it.
Okay. Is there anybody other than DJ Moore you'd like to see?
No, I don't even want DJ Moore, just because we won't throw it to him.
Fair.
Yeah, a lot of Titans fans really want him. I just don't see the point. I mean, you're not going to sign AJ. You're going to trade around a 1st-round pick for an injured wide receiver that showed up super out of shape. I was kind of impressed with Treylon, but, I mean, he's hurt, so if you're not on the field, you're not doing anything. AJ Brown's over there scoring touchdowns in Sunday Night Football, and I mean, he's like a top 5 wide receiver right now. So that's kind of sad. So if we traded like a 2nd-round pick for DJ Moore, who's getting paid a ton of money, like that's just gonna make us look stupid. And so J-Rob can't just double down on idiot like he's been doing with his right tackle the last like 5-6 years. So I honestly don't care who. I don't think we're gonna get anybody. I don't think we should. I don't think we have the draft capital to. We just need to draft better.
Will Fuller's still on the market.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd rather go with Will Fuller or someone like that. I mean, Terrell Owens, I mean, he's looking good. We love old people. I say bring back Terrell Owens. I say bring in Mitchell Schwartz out of retirement. Honestly, if Tannehill screws up, man, what's Andrew Luck doing? I know he's looking real skinny. He kind of looks like a cancer patient, but give him some protein shakes, a little bit of TRT, and he could be a Titan.
What's
You bring in
TRT?
like Antonio Brown. I don't know if he'd quit on you.
I don't want AJ Brown. Or Antonio.
Antonio
Give me a C.
Brown.
Give me a T. Give me an E.
He's over there like sexually assaulting women on camera, and nobody cares. Like,
And then if he's not doing that, he's doing the worst possible dance moves while he's singing or rapping a very terrible song.
yeah, I hope him and Isaiah Wilson kind of form a group together.
Oh shit!
And that would be hilarious. I don't know which one would quit first, though. That would.
Look, I can already tell you the name of the album. It's fucking Dell. And it's literally just them doing right at the camera. Just
Yeah, and then Vontae Davis is going to do a bunch of features on it, and it'll be great.
Arian Foster's a rapper too.
He's actually not bad, though. Arian
I mean, it's
Foster.
because he's a poet.
Yeah,
literally.
he's a big pothead, too. That guy loves.
Le'Veon Bell hops on the track too, you know.
Oh, yeah, not Le'Veon.
in between boxing matches.
If you have to say something's not that bad,
Yeah.
it's not great.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, every baller wants to be a rapper. Every rapper wants to be a baller. It'll never change.
And never the two shall twine.
except for it's on his football show, but Damian Lillard for the Portland Trailblazers, that man is better than most rappers, and he's a stud in the NBA. If you guys know anything about NBA,
J. Cole. Don't forget
12?
J. Cole.
Yeah, J. Cole. Yeah, he plays like semi-pro or something, which is still very, very impressive.
He played in the African League for a couple games and he retired.
Oh, really? African League? That's funny.
I didn't know that existed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they play basketball over there too, Curtis. What are you trying to say?
Sticks and stones, you know. All right, so how about this? Let's go ahead and get into the Jags and the Colts recap. Which one of you wants to go first?
You want to get the misery out of the way first, or
Misery Michelli.
I've been doing this for a long time. There's no misery anymore. You know, you get upset for a while, and then you remember that nothing can hurt you because you're a Jags fan, and you continue to be despite all. I mean, I really can't be too upset about the game from an offensive standpoint. I mean, our offense did everything they needed to do. They ran the damn ball, and I love it. And they look great. ETN's just a freaking monster of his own. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, you can't be any more perfect than he was, basically. I mean, and people and what's funny too is like Trevor Lawrence had some bad games there for like a quick little stretch, and everybody's like, "Oh, Trevor sucks. He's a bust." Blah 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 blah. The man goes 20 for 22, 2 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown, and now it's, oh well, he only threw for 165 yards. Blah blah blah. It's like who fucking cares? Like, I'm sorry, but
efficiency.
Like, yeah, I mean, he was 90%. He's the only quarterback in 103 years of NFL football that has ever thrown 90% and lost. Ever.
That's not true.
200. Yes, it is.
Marcus Mariota.
I was about to say Mariota. He
threw like he missed like one pass on like
I just
20
saw
something
the
attempts.
stat from PFF or somebody. It might have been with I don't fuck. Anyways, hold on.
Probably with a rushing touchdown or something.
Probably. I'm getting to the point though. That wouldn't make sense. Whatever. Mariota. Whatever. Travis Etienne had a great day. We had 243 yards on the ground. So we had over 400 yards of offense. Trevor Lawrence leads the most beautiful, some of the best throws he's ever made. Beautiful drive at the end of the game. They run 10 minutes of the fourth quarter off the clock. Then with 2 minutes and 44 seconds, I believe, is when the Colts got the ball. And our defense couldn't stop it. Shaq Griffin couldn't have got more burned if he was standing in a fireplace. I mean, he was awful. And then
I can't wait to play the Jags. It's going to be great.
I mean, we don't have to worry about y'all throwing on us. Why are you that excited about playing the Jags?
I don't know. Well, it'll be practice squad against practice squad, I guess.
But Shaq Griffin, dude, I mean, he is not playing good. I mean, that Washington game, he lost it for us. This game, he lost it for us. I mean, the freaking rookie, and you're laying on the ground punching the dirt because you let him get past you for a touchdown. I mean, he's not lacking any athletic ability. He's 6'1". He ran like a 4.36 or something like that at the 40. I mean, he's not lacking any athletic ability, but on cover 3, I mean, the dude just gets torched every time. I mean, you have one job. Don't let anybody get behind you. You could literally just start the play by running backwards and not even looking at anybody, and you're in the right position. It makes no sense. But he's bad. Tyson Campbell continues to look good. He had 3 passes defended. He looked pretty good. Didn't let up any big plays. Freaking 13 targets at Shaq Griffin. 9 of them were caught, 108 yards and a touchdown. One of them was like, the game-winning one was like 27 yards, 30 yards for Pierce. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't get any worse than that. I was like, holy shit, they're in field goal range. They're going to kick a field goal to end the game. And all of a sudden, my phone goes, touchdown. Game over. I'm like, what? It's just like touchdown, Alec Pierce. And I'm like, oh, great. So we get the ball back, and then I see timeout, 3 seconds left. And I'm like, what's going on? It's because the NFL statisticians are over there typing up a massive paragraph about how many flips we had on that last play trying to make something happen. I mean, It's just...
Yeah.
It wasn't a good game. It was a good game from an offensive standpoint. Trayvon Walker continues to show that he's making some boneheaded plays. I mean, I like his drive, I like his hustle, but you can't keep getting roughing the passer calls. I mean, you gotta slow down, you gotta take it back.
Take him out on a date first. Ask how their day went.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Foyesay Aluakon had 12 tackles. Um, Devin Lloyd continues to look good, but he got burned a couple times by the tight end on some out routes a little deeper. That really, hurt us late in the game. But I mean, I'm still optimistic because we're still a much better team than we were last year, and that's really what I'm looking for here. I mean, I never expected us to lead and or win the AFC South, let alone go to the playoffs like all these Jags fans were super excited about. I was going with the hype because we were winning, but you got to be realistic. I'm just excited to see some improvement. I think that Shaq Griffin needs to be a cap casualty, and I think that we just need to keep on moving forward and growing the offense like we have been because we replaced Shaq Griffin and with the nearest public supermarket store worker, and that's a ball game. But we just got to figure it out, man. We can't have the offense playing perfect and the defense playing not so perfect, and then vice versa every other week. It just can't happen.
Yep.
I just realized I'm the only person here without any facial hair. I shaved clean, and you guys are over here just bearding it up, just rubbing it in my face. Sorry.
Whenever I shave, you want me to send you a bag of it or something?
Yeah, come on, send me the.
I'm gonna make a beard weave for you, like a beard wig. You just like stick on your face,
What are you guys talking about? Of course, it's mine.
You see like a little dirt dry glue on the side of your face.
Did your razor come with a pack of tampons too? No, but that's really all I've got. I mean, we ran the ball. I mean, our offense really couldn't have played much better. I mean, sure, Trevor Lawrence could have thrown 67 times like Matt Ryan and had 56
58.
touchdowns and
58.
I mean, it would have been awesome, but we didn't have to. We ran the ball. We were moving the ball, and I mean, that's one thing is we're moving the ball on the ground, and that's what I like to see. I'm old-fashioned. I want to run the ball, run it down your throat. If the quarterback has to throw 20 passes a game for 200 yards or less, I don't care as long as we're winning games. But we continue to show improvement on offense, but defense just couldn't hang in there this week, and that's really what it comes down to from my perspective and my end. Take it away, Colts fan.
Yeah, absolutely. The defense came into this game playing really good. So it was kind of a surprise to see them, like you said, put up, almost 250 rushing yards?
243.
243, yeah. But it seemed like there was like a huge Etienne run, and then it seemed like Jacksonville went away from the run again. I think it was third down after that huge Etienne run, and Buckner got like a 15-yard sack.
Took us out of field goal range, yeah.
Yeah, that was huge. But yeah, I mean, they kept Trevor Lawrence. I mean, he got 20 completions. I think it was like only 160 yards though, so they kept it. They didn't give up the big play in the pass, but they let him run all over him. I just don't know why they didn't. I mean, it seemed like a game where they could have passed like 10 times and probably won, but I'm glad they didn't. But yeah, that offense. I think it was Dennis Kelly came out off the bench at left tackle, and he was awesome. I mean, like I said, Ryan dropped back 58 times, and he was the biggest stat of the game to me is 0 sacks.
Wow.
That's like the biggest improvement, because I think even against Denver he got sacked 6 times. So it's a massive improvement for that. And Jacksonville has a good front.
I don't know if they were playing good or if Jacksonville's defensive line has just completely moved out of town, because like against the Texans too, we had 1 sack and like no pressure. The past 2 weeks, our defensive line has been fucking awful.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it was the same. I mean, it was the same team that shut out the Colts a few weeks ago. So it was. I thought there'd be more pressure on Ryan, but Curtis, I want you to go back to last week's episode and like kind of put in the snippet here, where I said that the Colts needed to come out up tempo, fast, and passing, and that's exactly what they did. The first few drives didn't really amount to anything, but it served its purpose. It seemed like Jacksonville's defense just got tired, especially in the back end of that game. So I think that up-tempo was awesome. And it was awesome to see all these receivers contribute. Paris Campbell got a touchdown. Pierce got the game winner. It was his first of his career. Michael Pittman was just doing Michael Pittman things. And I'm going to put it out there. I know this might be kind of a premature thing, but I'd say that Pittman and Pierce, I'd put that wide receiver duo against anybody else. I've talked about Pierce's speed. I've talked about Pittman's route running. I think they're a great wide receiver duo.
Like literally up against anybody?
Well, I mean, there's probably a couple of duos that are better, but they're pretty awesome. I mean,
they got speed for sure.
I mean, Matt Ryan had 42 completions to his wide receiving core, and that was, career high.
Yeah,
so it was a big day for everybody.
Absolutely. I'm not gonna lie, I didn't expect the passing game to move as well as it did. There have been times this season where the Jags defense has been able to just stop a passing game or mitigate very, very well. But I mean, that was the role the Colts played today, or not today, Sunday. And the NFL this season is just so hard to like really figure out. I guess it's just kind of why. I've talked to a lot of people who are NFL fans, but they don't watch until later in the season because they're trying to wait until everybody's figured out who's good and bad. They don't like the whole like, oh, my team could be really good, and then they go on like an 8-game losing streak and just shit all over the bed. They don't like all that. They like coming in knowing that their team is trash, and I get why. Also, fucking early bye week. Okay, week 6 bye week. Are you kidding me? What are we doing?
That's rough.
Why? Sorry, the Chargers are in the red zone, and I have several Chargers players.
But I think like the biggest thing about this Colts offense, they were without both Taylor and Naheem Hines, so they didn't get really any run game going. Deion Jackson, I mean, he did have a rushing touchdown, but it was only 42 yards total. So it was just they weren't able to run like I thought that the pass would open up, which is why Matt Ryan dropped back 58 times. But Deion Jackson was huge in the passing game. I mean, I had to watch it on Gamecast because it wasn't shown here in Houston. But almost every other play was Matt Ryan to Deion Jackson. Matt Ryan to Deion Jackson. Like, he was just huge in the passing game. So I just imagine if we actually had Taylor and Hines instead of Deion Jackson and Phillip Lindsay.
Yeah.
Don't forget Matt Ryan, 1 for -4.
Yeah, well, he's got wheels, but
they only go in reverse, though.
Yeah, he's got wheels like grocery store shopping carts.
I really think that they could have, I think they really blew that play early, like DeForest Buckner versus Trevor. Trevor was definitely about to break that for at least -30 if they'd have let it go a little bit longer, because he was just backpedaling. Like, Buckner wasn't taking him down. He was just kind of letting him do his own thing. Like, it was a boneheaded play, but, it happens. Trying to make something happen, you don't think that you're, moving back too much, and it happens. Young quarterback.
That is true. I think he's still got a lot of promise. I look at this as basically rookie season part 2. Just because of the huge setback that Urban Meyer was.
Got a lot of non-Blake Leavers out there, but
what?
Non-Blake Leavers.
Is that a subtle nod to someone?
It's not even subtle. It's completely out there. Blake's always like, still not convinced.
I mean, he didn't screw up. Like, he didn't lose them the game, but I just don't see anything special out of him. I really don't.
You think Matt Ryan's good?
Historically, yeah.
You think Ryan Tannehill's good?
Historically. When you got to say that about a quarterback, that's a problem.
Yeah, I think Ryan Tannehill's good. Not great, but he's good.
Yeah.
I don't think any of our quarterbacks are that special.
No. Unless Mills comes out and is like 300 yards every game for the rest of the season, he's probably not going to even be on the roster next year.
Only thing Mills is coming out of is the starting lineup as soon as the draft comes around.
Basically. You're getting dropped real quick.
Hey, and Hooker. I hope that doesn't happen, though.
Get rid of Watson and bring in some Hooker,
Hey. I can see the memes already. I want those memes now. I hope you know.
Oh, yeah. New lawsuit came out over the past couple of days with Deshaun Watson as well.
Yep. What I hope this means is eventually they're like, man, maybe we suspend it for the rest of the year. And then that draft pick just goes. And we get like 2 in the top 5. That would be crazy. I could definitely see Caserio trading back with somebody though. So, because I mean, if we got 2 top 5 picks, we're definitely getting a quarterback. We're definitely trading back for like a lineman. But all right, let's get into.
Were any of you able to watch the game? I like I said, I wasn't shown locally. There was a drive that I wanted to ask about. If y'all were able to watch it.
I watched it. Did you not get the link that I sent you?
Well, I was busy with the kid. He wasn't feeling good, but so I was just looking at my phone. But there was a possession. It was at the 2-minute warning of the first half. I'm curious as to what Jacksonville was doing there, because like Gamecast didn't really keep me up to date. Like my phone kind of froze up, and it was just it seemed like a really janky possession. And like I think Trevor Lawrence got sacked on it, but it was just a bizarre possession for them, right at the 2-minute warning. So I was just curious if you knew.
I was on Gamecast, and it was being really weird. But yeah, that was one of the ones where he spun out of one sack basically into another sack and got taken down, trying to make something happen. And it was just it was Cam Robinson, our left tackle. He just straight up was like, and then like he, Trevor saw the guy over here, turns back this way and got him. It was but it was being weird for me too on Gamecast, and I was kind of watching Stream East a little bit behind, but it was a bad position.
Yeah. Like that right there, you needed at least a first down or something. They just it was 14-10 at that point. They let the Colts get it within 1, so that was just a bizarre possession. But I didn't really know what happened on it.
Yeah, I feel you. Okay, so with that, let's talk about the Week 6 MVPs. We have established that we believe Matt Ryan to be the MVP of the week. Matty Ice. Papa Matt. No, I'm not calling him that. That's not right.
You call him boss.
Whatever you want to say, boss. Whatever you want to say. So, congratulations to Matt Ryan on beating his first AFC South opponent.
That's right.
While in the division, I should say, and making Player of the Week. I'd like to get to a point one day where we can be like, "Hey, Matt Ryan, you want to come on the podcast, talk about your Player of the Week?" That'd be really nice, right?
Let me message him on Facebook.
Hey, dear Nathaniel, because all right. So, we got any closing comments, boys? Nathan.
Well, 8 weeks coming up. I'm excited.
Yeah, you guys got is it this week?
It's this week, this Sunday. It's in Nashville. Colts come to Tennessee.
Interesting.
And then it was approved today that the new Titan Stadium has been officially approved. So we'll have a dome in 2026.
Hell yeah.
New stadium, or are they adding a
brand new stadium? The old stadium has a lot of foundation issues, which would cost a lot of money to maintain over the next 18 years at the least. So it's going to be much cheaper just to tear it down and start a new stadium.
Yeah. Well, we got less than a minute left. Anybody, real quick?
Yeah, Bama got one.
Hell
That's
yeah.
right.
All right. Well, thank you all for watching. This has been episode 65 of this AFC South show, the reaction to Week 6. Go ahead, hit the like and subscribe button. Still in the hunt for 1,000. And be good people.